You know you're in the right place when you're taken to an enormous flower market. And like all good flower markets, there's water, fountains, and there's carp. Look at these. Look at them, happy as anything, swimming around. Right underneath a tree with these enormous leaves that I want to call Pachysandra, but I don't know what Pachysandra is, but I know Pachy is something to do with an elephant. So it shouldn't surprise anyone that countries obsessed with elephants should have plants that look like elephants' ears. Look at these. Oh, you can install these in your garden along with the these enormous carp. Beautiful. Add beauty to your home and garden. Oh yeah, definitely. The interesting thing about fountains and ponds in general is that they're very, very cooling. And it's very pleasant. It's about 75 degrees. It hasn't really been terribly hot since I've been here. It's been pleasant. As always, it takes me about 3 days to get used to hot weather when I come from a cold place, which I understand there's snow on the ground in New Jersey. Oh, it's just pleasant. You see, look at this. Poinsettia. They grow here. And here are dogs. I have seen quite a few dogs in a lot of places, and people obviously have dogs as pets. That one looks like a stray. So I don't know what all these flowers are, but they're beautiful. Gosh. Look how neat this place is. So you see, you can buy these lovely plants, put them in your garden. Absolutely gorgeous. Gosh, look at those. This is lovely. I can't get over how neat this is. Now it's about 10:30 in the morning, and one thing I've noticed is a lot of things don't open until 11 or 5 in the evening. So maybe people are at their other jobs at the moment, or at the temple praying, or doing whatever people do on Saturday mornings in Chiang Mai. Oh my gosh, I've had these as house plants, and they've never really done well. Oh, this is interesting. I've seen these all over the place. These little tiny white flowers. I don't know what they are, but they're very pretty. There's something like that all over Germany. These gorgeous yellow. Oh, look at this. Oh, wow. Wow. What are these? They look like figs, but probably aren't. They look like they're blooming. They're starting to bloom. That's a different plant than this one. Oh my gosh. Oh. So these bulbs, they turn into this. Gosh. And these bulbs turn into this. Wow. These look like daisies. And this is interesting, this sort of greyish leaf. Here's purple. Oh, all these plants that we get in the summertime in New Jersey. And there's pink poinsettia. Wow. And white poinsettia.
Okay. Wow.
Look how gorgeous this is. Wow. purple flowers. My driver, whom I met yesterday as I was walking to the ATM, he said, "You want to ride?" And I said, "Well, as a matter of fact, yes." I'd been staring up at the mountains that are all around Chiang Mai, and I said, I need to get to the mountains. But I changed my mind because I want to, look at these. They look like bananas. I wanted to go to the zoo, see some animals. But he told me, no, too many children at the zoo today. I'll take you tomorrow. So we did see some temples which are filled with gold and all kinds of boxes telling you that if you give to monks, you'll do well in the afterlife or something. Although Buddhists don't have afterlives, you have reincarnation until you get life right, and then you turn into nothing, which is a nice concept. But Martin Luther decided that he didn't like Rome, Catholicism in Rome, because they were paying for an improved deal in the afterlife. Now, of course, like Buddhism, like anything else, like Islam, Christianity has lots of different forms. And you have people who are total crooks, as well as the best possible saints. And we have those in Christianity as well. Christianity's been getting a huge bashing lately because of these politicians who support this evil, evil man who puts children in cages and doesn't pay very important workers. Most people are kind, just trying to get along. Look at these. Gosh. Oh, I wish I read Thai. Okay. They don't even pretend to translate. This is for locals. Oh, look at this. Something red. Wow. Oh, dear me. Okay, I'm understanding why my son has lived in Thailand for Angus Darsampikala. I understand why he's lived in Thailand since May of 2013. I hope I see him when I'm here. I don't quite know where he is. I have several times told his wife and her mother I'd like to drink tea with them. Hopefully by the time I leave that will happen. Well, I'd love to see their house too. Apparently they have a lovely house that they've built and they've got a beautiful garden. Wonder if they've got any of these plants in them. See, these are interesting. I guess it's bamboo, but they look like, yeah, they're bamboo. I remember in Nigeria, a major cause of malaria was mosquitoes breeding in the leaves of banana plants. Oh, these look familiar. They look like waratah from Australia. Oh, it's lovely. Okay, we're just walking past. I haven't seen any banana plants. They must have them. Look at these. I don't know what they are, but they just have these. They have these very, very big plants and these very, very tiny plants. There's a whole range. Here's some big ones. Look at these palm fronds. Oh, look at this. Look how it changes colour all the way to the end to pearl. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. A little pathway. Orange. And roses. Oh, look at these sunflowers. Wow, I bet they get to be really tall. Wow. Lots of cacti. Well, these are all trees that are going to turn into something else. I guess you plant them and they'd become enormous. Oh, this is lovely. It's interesting how much Thailand reminds me of Germany. Just this neat, clean, well-behaved, honest people. Very great interest in plants. Gardenia. Oh my goodness. They're just starting to bloom. Oh. That's because it's winter. And it's going to be summer. It's going to be spring. Oh, look at this. There's cabbages that you see all over. Ornamental cabbages, my gosh. How about that? They have them here too. Never saw ornamental cabbages in New Jersey till about 20 years ago, and suddenly they were everywhere. Ah, this looks like a fruit tree. Yeah, definitely a fruit tree. Look at this. Well, they look like sorts of poinsettias. And further we have hibiscus. These, I don't know what these are called, but they're all over the place. These I remember from Australia. Wow. Absolutely gorgeous. Look how neat that is. And here, of course, you have the shrines, which are all over the place. You always need to remember the spiritual side. And here we have phone number. So if you like these plants, you know where to get them. Gosh, look at that. Oh. I mean, how gorgeous is that? I've learned the hard way. I can't take stills and video at the same time. It just doesn't work. I've also learned that when someone gives me a camera to take a picture of them, don't do it. It doesn't work. Their picture doesn't work. Your picture doesn't work. Oh, that's lovely. These are delicate roses. Gorgeous. And there's the pavers that you need for any respectable garden. Here we have need something terracotta, of course. More roses. Oh, look at this. Are these orchids? No, I guess they're not. I guess they're hibiscus. There are orchids all over the place. I've seen as I've walked around the streets of Chiang Mai. I don't think I've seen any today. Look at these nice pathways. Oh my gosh. Just makes you want to buy a 200-acre something or other and just fill it with these lovely plants. Ah, this is the roses. This is where you buy roses. Oh, it smells absolutely gorgeous. Oh. Something like this, it reminds me of Ruth. Ruth and Lothar Sr., when they retired, they built a house on Vickerstrasse, the piece of land that they managed to preserve from the Nazis. They hadn't sold it because it was land was worthless after the Second World War. So they built a house on an acre plot, and on either side there were farmers who farmed roses. So they spent the last years of their life in between two rose gardens. And I used to love going there from Frankfurt Airport, sitting drinking tea, looking through the windows at the rose gardens. How blessed they were. The last thing Lothar Sr. said to me before he died at 86, after he caught a cold from his only grandson, his only grandchild, my son, Alistair, who was a year and a half. The last thing he said to me was, "Thank you." And the thing before that he said to me, and he'd been learning English, he'd been getting up in the middle of the night to learn English on television so he could talk to me. The thing he said before that was, the most astonishing thing about Ruth was that she survived the Second World War as a Jew in Florsheim, right next to Frankfurt. Oh, these flowers are gorgeous. She would have loved this. Oh my gosh. And so would Lothar Sr. He loved flowers, and he loved his garden, and he loved his family, and he loved Alistair. He didn't know he was going to have another grandchild. He had already died by the time she was born, and so had his wife, so had Ruth. But every time I look at flowers, I think of Ruth and Lothar Sr. And what good lives they led under impossible circumstances. Yellow. This yellow is interesting. Oh, it looks like it grows into something else. So the yellow is the start of the flower. Yes, look, there's all kinds of little buds. These are chrysanthemums, I believe. Wow, this this market really is huge. Oh, look how beautiful that is. Look how beautiful that is. Wow. Okay. Well, I think I've given you a very good idea of how vast this market is. I think I'd like to start taking some still pictures. Look, there's coffee and a bakery and this Wi-Fi. So they're ready for us. Gosh. Oh, how lovely. Well, this is interesting. Looks kind of dead, but I guess it isn't. Oh, this looks like bulbrush or Pahudakawa, which I grew up with in New Zealand. Probably isn't, but it's something related. There we are, and if I have enough baht, I can go to the toilet. And there's the mountains. The mountains that I long to get to. And I will before I leave. The mountains are just beckoning me. Susanna J. Dodgson in Chiang Mai Flower Market, January 12th, 2019. Be blessed.